The time has come to run a call. We must act on a Toreador. The time has come. My blade thirsts, though I be damned. At last, quickly, my blade thirsts on a Toreador. Revenge, command me. At last, Dorane call on a Toreador. Dorane call, I be damned. At last, my blade thirsts. Command me. My blade thirsts. Dorane call on a Toreador. Quickly, command me. Dorane call. Quickly. Command me. Command me. On a Toreador. Though I be damned. On a Toreador.
First blood.
Be damned. At last, Dorane call. At last, on a Toreador. Dorane call. Your blood is mine, though I be damned. On a Toreador. On a Toreador. Though I be damned. At last, though I be damned. Quickly, we must act on a Toreador. My blade thirsts.
Greetings, friend.
Must act. The time has come. Quickly. At last. Command me. Quickly. We must act. On a Toreador. Dorane call. At last. Quickly. On a Toreador. Though I be damned. On a Toreador. Though I be damned. On a Toreador. Dorane call. On a Toreador. Command me. Dorane call. Dorane call. Though I be damned. On a Toreador.
We're under attack!
Come. Though I be damned.
Point the way.
At last. Though I be damned. Dorane call. At last. Command me. Dorane call. On a Toreador. The time has come. Dorane call. Though I be damned. At last, Dorane call. At last. My blade thirsts. Revenge. Though I be damned. None shall survive. The time has come. Though I be damned. On a Toreador. My blade thirsts. Quickly. Dorane call. On a Toreador. Though I be damned. Command me. On a Toreador. My blade thirsts. Though I be damned. On a Toreador. At last. Revenge. Dorana call. Command me. My blade thirsts. Command me. Blade thirsts. On a Tyranitor. Has come. Blade thirsts. Quickly, though. On a Tyranitor. Dorana call. Though I be damned, the time has come. We must act. At last, on a Tyranitor. Though I be damned, on a Tyranitor. Though I be damned, Tyranical. At last, on a Tyranitor. Though I be damned, on a Tyranitor. Quickly. We must act. On a Tyranitor. Tyranical. Though I be damned. The time has come. My blade thirsts. At last. On a Tyranitor. Command me. The time has come. Though I be
Point the
damned.
way.
Command me. At last. Tyranical. At last. For Kalimdor. Tyranical. At last.
Point the way.
The time has come. Though I be damned. At last. On a Tyranitor. Command me. My blade thirsts. None can survive. Though I be damned, the time has come. At last, Tyranical. Though I be damned. Quickly. On a Tyranitor. At last, on a Tyranitor. We must act, though I be damned.
Not enough
My
mana.
blade thirsts. Quickly, Tyranical. The time has come. Command me. The time has come. My blade thirsts. On a Tyranitor. Though I be damned. Tyranical. The time has come. Though I be damned. Last. Command me. We must act. My blade thirsts. We must act. I shall fight fire with fire. My blade thirsts. We must act. On a Tyranitor. Command me. Though I be damned, my blade thirsts. Your blood is mine. On a Tyranitor. The time has come. Quickly. At last. The time has come. Durane Kal. Though I be damned. Anatorenadur. At last. Anatorenadur. At last. Durane Kal. Anatorenadur. Durane Kal. The time has come. Quickly, Anatorenadur. Though I be damned. At last. Though I be damned. My blade thirsts. Anatorenadur. Quickly, Anatorenadur. Though I be damned. Durane Kal. Though I be damned. The time has come. Quickly. Anatorenadur. Anatorenadur. Though I be damned. At last. Anatorenadur. At last. Durane Kal. Anatorenadur. Durane Kal. Anatorenadur. None shall survive. At last, Anatorenadur. Though I be damned. At last, though I be damned. At last. Durane Kal. At last. Durane Kal. At last. Durane Kal. Durane Kal. At last. Anatorenadur. At last, Anatorenadur. At last, Anatorenadur. At last. Durane Kal. The time has come. The blade thirsts. We must act. Quickly. We must act. The time has come.
We need more gold.
Blade thirsts. The time has come. At last, Anatorenadur. At last, Anatorenadur. Durane Kal. My blade thirsts. Durane Kal. Though I be damned. Durane Kal. Though I be damned. Durane Kal. At last, Anatorenadur. Durane Kal. Anatorenadur.
Hello
Must
there.
act. Though I be damned. Anatorenadur. Durane Kal. Anatorenadur. Though I be damned. My blade thirsts. Anatorenadur. Durane Kal. Anatorenadur. Durane Kal.
We're under attack.
We shall have. Defend me. Blade thirsts. Command me. Blade thirsts. Anatorenadur. At last, though I be damned. Durana call, though I be damned. At last, Anadoranador, command me. Your blood is mine. Though I be damned, Durana call, we must act. At last, Anadoranador, Durana call, though I be damned. Durana call, Anadoranador, my blade thirsts. At last, though I be damned, Durana call, though I be damned, Durana call, at last, though I be damned, Anadoranador, Anadoranador, Durana call. We must act. The time has come. Anadoranador. We must act. At last. At last, though I be damned. Quickly. Durana call. Durana call. Though I be damned. At last, Anadoranador, Durana call. At last, though I be damned. None shall survive. At last, call. Though I be damned.
Double kill!
Anadoranador, we must act. Though I be damned. Bend me, at last. My blade thirsts. We must act, though I be damned. Bend me. Anadoranador, my blade thirsts. Your blood is mine.
We're under attack!
We must act. Command me. None shall survive. Quickly, at last, though I be damned. Anadoranador. The time has come. Damn. We must act. Durana call. My blade thirsts. Though I be damned. One for life. Revenge. Command me. None shall survive. At last, Durana call. At last, Anadoranador. Though I be damned. At last, though I be damned, my blade thirsts. Command me, quickly. At last, Durana call. We must act. Quickly. At last, Anadoranador. The time has come. At last, Anadoranador. At last, though I be damned. Anadoranador. At last, Durana call. Durana call. We must act. Command me. though I be damned. Quickly, Durana call, though I be damned. Honor Toranador, at last, Durana call, though I be damned. Durana call, though I be damned. At last, Honor Toranador, though I be damned. Though I be damned. Honor Toranador, at last. Honor Toranador, though I be damned. Durana call. The time has come, though I be damned.
We're under attack!
Blade thirsts. The time has come. We must act quickly. Honor Toranador. We must act quickly. The time has come. Honor Toranador. We must act. At last.
For cannon!
Quickly. Honor Toranador. At last. Honor Toranador. Call. Though I be damned. At last. Honor Toranador. Though I be damned. At last. At last, the time has come. Durana call, though I be damned. Durana call.
We're under attack!
Run for your life. Honor Toranador, though I be damned. Honor Toranador. At last, Durana call. Honor Toranador. Though I be damned. Durana call. Your time is mine. Though I be damned. The time has come. Durana call, though I be damned. Durana call, Honor Toranador.
Double kill!
At last, though I be damned. At last, Honor Toranador. At last, Honor Toranador. Durana call, though I be damned. Durana call. Blade thirsts. Quickly, command me. The time has come. I shall fight fire with fire. Chaos boils in my veins. We must act. My blade thirsts. Honor Toranador. Command me. The time has come. We must act. Durana call. Run for your life. Though I be damned. The time has come. Command me. None shall survive. At last, Honor Toranador. At last. Honor Toranador. Durana call. The time has come. Durana call. I be damned. Durana call. Though I be damned. Durana call. Revenge. Honor Toranador. At last. Durana call. Though I be damned. Durana call. Though I be damned. Anatorenador. We must act. Doranekal. Anatorenador. My blade thirsts. Doranekal. The time has come. At last. Doranekal. Anatorenador. My blade thirsts. Must act. The time has come. Anatorenador. Doranekal. Run for your life. Though I be damned. Though I be damned. Quickly. My blade thirsts. The time has come. I shall fight fire with fire. Doranekal. Command me. Doranekal. My blade thirsts. At last, Anatorenador. Doranekal. Your blood is mine. At last. At last. Though I be damned. Anatorenador. Though I be damned. At last. Doranekal. Though I be damned. Doranekal. Anatorenador. Doranekal. Though I be damned. Doranekal. At last. Doranekal. Anatorenador. Though I be damned. Anatorenador. Though I be damned. Though I be damned. Doranekal. Anatorenador. Though I be damned. Anatorenador. None shall survive. Command me. Anatorenador. Quickly. Doranekal. At last. Anatorenador. Revenge. Though I be damned. Doranekal. The time has come. Though I be damned. Doranekal. None shall survive. Though I be damned. At last, Anatorenador. Though I be damned. Doranekal. At last, Anatorenador. At last, Doranekal. Though I be damned. Doranekal. Quickly. Anatorenador. Act. My blade thirsts. At last. The time has come. Has come. Run for your life. Doranekal. Quickly. My blade thirsts. Though I be damned. Time has come. Anatorenador. My blade thirsts. At last, though I be damned. Anatorenador. Though I be damned. At last, Anatorenador. Though I be damned. Doranekal. At last. Anatorenador. At last. Doranekal. Though I be damned. Though I be damned. Command me. Doranekal. At last. Though I be damned. Doranekal. Anatorenador. Unatorenator. Revenge. Unatorenator. At last, Doranakar. At last, though I be damned. Doranakar. At last, though I be damned. Doranakar. We must act. Doranakar. Doranakar. Though I be damned. At last. Unatorenator. Though I be damned. Doranakar. At last. Unatorenator. Though I be damned. None shall survive. Doranakar. At last. Unatorenator. At last. Your blood is mine, Unatorenator, though I be damned. Doranakar, though I be damned. Doranakar, though I be damned. Unatorenator, though I be damned. Unatorenator, Doranakar, Unatorenator, though I be damned. At last, though I be damned. Though I be damned. Unatorenator, at last. At last. Quickly, though I be dead, command me. Quickly, command me. The time has come. I shall fight with fire. Command me, Doranakar. At last, my blade thirsts. Doranakar. None shall survive. Unatorenator, your blood is mine, though I be damned. At last, Doranakar. Doranakar. Though I be damned. At last. Unatorenator. Doranakar. At last. Unatorenator. Though I be damned. Though I be damned. At last. Though I be damned. Unatorenator. Doranakar. At last, though I be damned. Doranakar. Unatorenator. Doranakar. Unatorenator. Doranakar. Though I be damned. At last. Doranakar. At last. Though I be damned. Unatorenator. Doranakar.
For Kalimdor.
Though I be damned. Command me. At last. Though I be damned. Unatorenator. Doranakar. At last. Doranakar. Though I be damned. must act quickly, Doranakal. Command me. We must act. The time has come. Anador. My blade thirsts. Though I be damned. Anador. Command me. My blade thirsts. Quickly. Though I be damned. We must act. The time has come. Anadoranador. Doranakal. Blade thirsts. We must act. Anadoranador. Doranakal. Anadoranador. Doranakal. At last. Though I be damned. Anadoranador. Though I be damned. At last. Anadoranador. At last. Me. The time has come. My blade thirsts. Quickly. Anadoranador. My blade thirsts. At last. The time has come. Though I be damned. None shall survive. Anadoranador. Doranakal. Anadoranador. At last. Doranakal. Anadoranador. Though I be damned. At last. Doranakal. Anadoranador. Though I be damned. Anadoranador. At last. Doranakal. At last. Quickly. Anadoranador. Though I be damned. At last. Though I be damned. Anadoranador. Though I be damned. Anadoranador. Though I be damned. Your blood is mine. Your life. At last. My blade thirsts. Though I be damned. Doranakal. We must act. Anadoranador. Though I be damned. Doranakal. Quickly. The time has come. Anadoranador. Doranakal. At last. Though I be damned. Anadoranador. Quickly. The time has come. Though I be damned. My blade thirsts. At last. Though I be damned. At last. Doranakal. At last. Anadoranador has come. At last. Anadoranador. At last. Though I be damned. At last. Anadoranador. At last. Though I be damned. Though I be damned. At last. Anadoranador. Though I command me. At last. blade thirsts. Command me,